right down the lane to hammer it home.
17-footer swish.
Welcome to Warriors Weekly, presented by Esurance. In this week's show, we head back to Cache Creek Casino Resort for part 2 of the lovely and talented Warrior Girl swimsuit calendar. We also catch up with Reggie Williams at the Brown Sugar Kitchen in Oakland in our Warriors Profile segment. But right now, here's Warriors Rewind. Three-game holiday road trip begins in Houston for the Warriors, still playing without David Lee, and early on, Luis Scola would get rolling. Scola with 24 points and 12 rebounds, a double-double machine, and Chuck Hayes has bothered the Warriors in 2 meetings. Hayes going for 16 points, equaling his career high, and in the first quarter, it would be the Rockets building a 13-point lead. In the second, though, Darrell Wright, with a bounce-back game after Denver, would finish with 24 points on 10 of 19 shooting, beautiful drive in the lane, and Wright would also play the defense. The Warriors, from double digits down, would battle in the second quarter with the defense, get some runouts, and get back into the ball game. As the second quarter winding down, Monte Ellis, one of the top leaders in steals, with the breakaway finishing, and the Warriors would cut it to 8 at the break. But in the third quarter, it was Houston going inside repeatedly. The Warriors would play the defense, get some Reggie Williams shooting, but 51 Houston free throws to only 18 for the Warriors would prove to be a problem on the road. Steph Curry with a beautiful drive down the lane. He would finish in double digits with 21 to add to Darrell Wright's 24 and Monte's 18. End of the third quarter, it was Ellis again defensively. Warriors making it a 4-point game as Ellis dishes off to Wright, and the comeback nearly complete. But in the fourth quarter, Houston would make timely shots. In fact, the Rockets would be 10 of 20 on threes. No matter what Monte Ellis did driving the lane, it was always Houston, whether it be Kyle Lowry or Kevin Martin or anybody in a Rocket uniform. The big corner three proved to be the difference. Houston would salt it away at the line, out-rebound the Warriors, get the double-double from Luis Scola, and split the series. First game of the road trip goes to the Rockets, 111-101. Day after Thanksgiving, Monte Ellis hosting the team at his house in nearby Memphis, and the Warriors looking for a win without David Lee. But in the early going, the Memphis Grizzlies, only 27th in the league from three-point land, would make 8 out of 15, shoot 53% for the game, led by Rudy Gay's 25. In fact, everyone got into the act. Mike Conley would drop in a 3, and 4 of the 5 Grizzly starters would end up in double figures, along with O.J. Mayo off the bench. 10-point Grizzlies lead at the break, but in the third quarter, it would be Rudy Gay with the highlight of the evening, flying in on the offensive glass, ripping it down with the right hand, and yet the Warriors would not go away. Second time on the trip, another big comeback, this one led by Biedrins. 28 points, 21 rebounds, a career night for Andres, and yes, back-to-back made free throws, looking very smooth from the line. The Latvian lefty with the game of the season and maybe of his career. Down the stretch, though, Zach Randolph, who had been bottled up by Jeff Adrian, would hit the wing jumper. Monte Ellis and Steph Curry both in double figures. Reggie Williams with a key 3 from the corner, and the Warriors not done. But Darrell Wright leaned in, tried to get a foul in the 3, couldn't do it. Memphis would make free throws, but the Warriors still had an answer, as Curry would drive the lane, and Monte also scoring inside, and the Warriors not done. Warriors would come up with a defensive stand. Monte in the open court. Best three-point shooter wide open. Darrell Wright, an open look, and just too long. And Memphis would make the free throws, hold off the Warriors day after Thanksgiving, 116-111. Finishing off the road trip in Minnesota, no better sight for Warrior fans than the return of David Lee, and return he would, playing 42 minutes, flying cross country to join the team and flying in with a right-handed dunk as the Warriors would have a 2-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Lee with the dunk, with the left wing jumper, but really his presence made the other Warriors play better, and you need that against Kevin Love and the T-Wolves. Love with 21 points and 22 rebounds. Minnesota would have a 3-point lead at halftime with Love doing the dirty work inside. but the Warriors would shoot 51%, and in the third quarter, open it up with a 36-17 quarter. Monte Ellis would key the defense with 7 steals, and Dan Gadzarich running the floor. Warriors would build the big lead, and what do you say about Darrell Wright? No man that has worn a Warrior uniform in franchise history has ever made 9 threes in a game. Wright would make 9 of 12, bottoming everything at the target center as he was right on target, building the Warrior lead as they would expand it to 18 at one point. And Darrell Wright could not be stopped. David Lee moving the ball. Monte Ellis would play all 48 minutes. The Warriors a much-needed win on the road. They take the T-Wolves 104-94.
Coming up next on Warriors Weekly, we meet Leia of the Warrior Girls. Then we tell you how you can get your Warrior Girl swimsuit calendar and meet the entire team in an upcoming game.